sit back onto your heels and just reach your hands all the way up towards the top end of your mat. Caterpillar those fingers up. Start to get a little bit of a stretch coming up underneath your armpits. And then lifting your chin. And start to gently pull your body slowly up and along the ground. Roll down the shoulders and lift the chin. And then coming up into a little cat stretch. Rounding up through the shoulders, look up towards your navel. And then take your head and your tailbone away. And sitting all of the way back. And again, let's bring the body to pull up and through. And again, let's drop into a little cat stretch, rounding through the shoulders and the back. And then taking the head and the tailbone away, and sitting all of the way back. And again, bring the body to pull up and through. And this time, curling the toes, send the hips back, and take the head down through your arms. Draw forwards into a plank, and then bend your knees, and sitting all of the way back. And again, bring the body to pull up and through. Curling the toes, and sending your hips all the way back, head down, bottom up. And draw forwards into a plank, bending your knees, and sitting back down upon your heels. Again, let's bring the body to pull up and through. Curling the toes, lengthening all the way off and along the back of your body. Draw forwards into a strong plank, bending your knees and sitting back down onto your heels. Couple more times. Bring the body up and through. Good. Curl the toes and lengthen all the way off along the back of your body. Draw forwards to your plank, bending your knees and sitting on back. And one more time. Come up and through, shoulders down, chest opening, curl the toes, and stay in the down dog this time. Now walking your feet from one to the other, and then just gently rolling those hips, a little from side to side, spreading your fingers out nice and wide. So just notice how your hamstrings feel today. Notice how it feels up into your lower back. Just anything that's not feeling good today, you know you can take a break. Alright, just work with what you feel is the right and appropriate movements for you today. Now let's come down upon your knees. And if we can place the right foot forwards. And I'd like just to take the right hand on the inside of your right foot. Bringing your left arm up towards the ceiling. Just gently open it back a little if you can. Opening up for the chest. Taking a couple of deep breaths. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Then bring both of your hands down. Curl the toes, lift up the back knee. Turn your attention over towards the right, looking up towards your right hand. And either stay, or if you'd like to, open up your front foot, come out to the outside edge of your back foot, then open back a little bit more. And then coming all the way back round, knee back down upon the ground. Come back up with your upper body. Now I'm going to make a clasped up finger position with the first fingers going straight up. I'm going to draw the arms up towards the ceiling, but then take a little bit of a bend sideways towards your leg. So over towards the right, and you'll feel that stretch coming into the left hand side of your body. And then bring it back on up. Let your arms back down again, and just move off onto that back knee. Draw back your toes. Again, just notice how that is for you today. If you feel you can, just take a little bit of a tilt backwards through the lower back. Maybe a bit more stretch coming into that calf and hamstrings. bend the elbows a bit more. Maybe you can lower a little bit deeper. Alright, and then coming back on up, come around onto your knees. And if we can clasp the fingers up together, taking a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, activate your waist, and then taking a lovely long stretch through your lats, latissimus dorsi, all the way down through your oblique muscles. You get your hip flexors stretching a little bit too here, and your lower back. Bring it back up to the middle. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, activate the waist, and then again, start to take that bend, keeping your chin slightly lifted. And then bring it all the way back round. Release your arms, and we're stepping forwards with the left foot. And if we can place the left hand to the inside, open your chest out to the right and raise your right arm. Then coming down with both of your hands. Curl the toes and lift the back knee. Drawing your body open towards the left, looking up towards your left hand. Okay, and again, you can always stay here, you don't have to do anything other than this, or you can try to opening up your front foot, go to the outside edge of your back foot, and you should feel a deeper stretch coming up the top of the hamstrings, maybe a little bit more into the hips and the glutes. And then releasing it all of the way back round again, clasping your fingers up together. Make that arrow up towards the ceiling, and then take a bend towards the left, stretching down into the right hand side of your body. Bringing it all the way back up, arms come down, we're moving upon that back knee, drawing back toes, working back a little with an extension through your back, and press gently down from the center of your chest. Again, protect the back of the knee if it starts to feel a little bit tight today. Letting it all the way back up. I'm going to come round onto your back and start to set up using your breathing and the usage of your core. But to begin with, if we can just rock the lower back a little forwards and backwards. And again, just notice how fluid moving it is today. Settling out into neutral. And then rolling shoulders up and back. Do that a few times. Roll the shoulders up and back. And then walk your shoulders down. And just wriggling the neck a little bit further out from your shoulders. So you really are just setting your body up in the best anatomical alignment. Then let your breathing come deeper in through your nose. And as you breathe out through your mouth, blow the breath out with a little energy. So we're using this lateral thoracic breathing here. So we've got the rib cages widening. And if you can, you're letting your belly remain flat when you breathe in. As you breathe out, you're blowing your breath out as if you were blowing out a candle. And as you breathe out, we're drawing the navel back to the spine. We're drawing up from the pelvic floor. And we want to kind of visualize an energy coming all the way up through the midline of your body. And that contraction coming up into your transverse abdominis muscle. So again, as you breathe in, ribcage widening, and you're trying to fill up your lung space a little bit deeper than you would usually. And then as you breathe out, you're letting that lovely strong breath come out. And as you breathe out, picking up and connecting with your core. You may start to feel your waist tighten. Remember, the transverse abdominis muscle is that third layer of abdominal muscle wraps around the body like a natural corset. Okay, and that's the bit that we're looking to work from in each posture. Now, if we could take the hands back behind the head, I'm going to start off today with your ab crane. As you breathe in through your nose, nodding the chin, and as you breathe out through your mouth, raising your upper body, and engaging with your core. Breathing in to stay, and breathing out, navel back to the spine as you lower. Breathing in to nod the chin. As you breathe out to lift, engage, pull up, draw the navel back to the spine. Breathing in, stay, and then breathing out, navel back to the spine as you lower back down. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out, engaging with your core, keeping the chest and the neck nice and open. Breathing in and breathing out as you lower. And you know you can stay with that layer if you wish to. Or breathing in, nodding the chin. And as you breathe out, I'm going to extend out the right leg and hover it an inch or so from the ground. Breathing in to stay. And breathing out, draw that leg in, lower your chest back down. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out, extending left leg, pressing away through your toes. Breathing in to stay. And then breathing out, engaging with your core as you lower. Breathing in, nod the chin. Breathing out, extending right leg. Now if you're having a really good day, maybe you could also lift up your left toes. You're pointing your toes down. Breathing in, then breathing out, foot back down, leg back on in, and lower. Breathing in, nod the chin. Breathing out, extend, and if you can, lifting the other foot. Breathing in, breathing out, leg back on in, and lowering back in. One more time. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out, extend, and maybe lift up that opposite foot. Breathing in, breathing out, foot back down, leg back on in, and lower. Breathing in, nod the chin. Breathing out, extend, and maybe lift up that opposite foot. Breathing in, breathing out, leg back on in, and release all the way back down. Okay, now letting your arms come down by your side. Again, walk your shoulders down and away from your ears. Now I'm going to take both of the legs up in a moment and work into heel dig. Now I'm going to be working into, firstly, as it would suggest, the heel going down. And then I'm going to work the curtsy going underneath, okay? And of course, if you don't want to take it to that second version, you don't have to. So I'm taking the feet up, I've got a neutral back, okay, a little gap underneath the lower back. If you just lay your hands upon your belly, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, dig a heel towards the floor, and then breathing in, draw it back up. Now we want to create a little resistance. We're pressing the heel down, it's stopping before it gets to the floor, breathing in, coming back up. Breathing out, dig down, try not to get to the floor because we don't want to bounce the heel. We just want to work the resistance, and by not going to the floor completely, that's going to make it a bit harder. So breathing out, digging down, breathing in, back up. Breathing out, engaging the core to dig down, breathing in. So trying to really pull up behind the surface muscles. Breathing in. Of course, you can stay with this. Alright, if this is a very good working position for you, carry on. Otherwise, I'm going to point the toes, and then I'm going to curtsy underneath. So I'm pushing the toe towards the wall on the opposite side of the room, and then drawing back up. Same here, breathing out, curtsy under, breathing in. And again, breathing out and engage the core to curtsy under, breathing in. So being very deliberate in that heel going underneath. Breathing out, curtsy under, breathing in. And again, breathing out, curtsy it under, breathing in. Got a little bit of a knee opener here. Breathing out, breathing in. And again, breathing out to curtsy underneath, breathing in. And again, curtsy under and in. One more time. Alright, and then lower your feet back down to the floor. Okay, I'm carefully going to bring you around onto your side and then around onto your knees. Now I'm going to work into your plank. We're going to do the same version that we did last week, okay? Because a couple of you weren't here, okay? So I'd hate for you to miss out. All right, so for those of you who were with me last week, we did this quite a few times, some of you. So we're on our forearms, as always, shoulders down, ribs pulled up. And we're going to go to knee drops, okay? So we're going to take it nice and steady for the first 10 breaths. We're going to knee drop down. The second bit in the middle, the sandwich, the good bit in the middle, is going to be a little bit faster. So it's a down, 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 down. All right, so it's going to be a bit quicker. Then we're going to go back and we're going to do it slow again. All right? So great feedback from maybe 1 or 2 people. Not everybody. Okay, saying they liked it. So that's all I need. All I need is one person to come back to me and say, I like that. And it's going in forever, I'm afraid. You may like it. I hope so. All right, so let's set it on up. If you're staying on your knees for your plank, of course you don't need to think about what you're doing with your legs. All right, you just carry on. All right, so forearms down towards the floor. Try and get your elbows in alignment with your wrists. Spread out your fingers nice and wide. Walk your knees back. And you know, if that's enough today, stay there. Try and have your hips no higher than your shoulders. If you can, curl the toes, squeeze the backside and push into your heels. As you draw one knee to the floor, breathe in. As you push away, breathe out. Draw the other knee down, in, out and pull away. And really lift up through the ribs. Breathe in, out, press away. In, out 5. In, out 6, in, out 7, in, out 8, in, out 9, in, out 10. Here comes the next bit. And drop, and change, and drop, and change. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and drop, and change, and press in 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay. Breathe in, out, slow drop, push away. In, out, slow drop, push away. In, out, press. In, out, push away. Good. You're halfway there, and press. In, out 6. In, out 7. In, out 8, in, out 9, in, out 10, and all the way back down. All right, good job everybody. All right, well done. Now if we could just take the arms all the way out and along the floor. I'm just going to roll over onto one shoulder. So keeping one hand flat on the floor, carefully roll so that the arm is trapped underneath you. Bring your knees forwards and raise your arm up, okay? Just a little bit of a stretch out for the chest. All right, then coming back round, go the other way. So just again, carefully slide that arm out and along the floor. Gently roll towards it. Bring the knees in. Bring the opposite arm up. Again, take a couple of breaths there. And then releasing it all the way back round onto your belly. Okay, now we're going to come up into your breaststroke. So I'm going to work into the postural muscles around the shoulders and the upper back. The second part of this today, I'm going to work into alternating palm lifts, all right, with alternating glute lifts as well, possibly, all right? So just again, as always, see how everything is settling. Try not to feel that you're overworking your back. So I'm bringing my arms all the way down by my side. At the moment, feet are slightly turned in, just to switch down the glutes as much as you can. Shoulders drawing in, and as we start, breathing in. Peel back your shoulders. As you breathe out, engaging your core to lift and hover. Breathing in to stay. And then breathing out to lower and shoulders back down. Breathing in, peel back both shoulders. And then breathing out, engaging your core as you raise your upper body. Breathing in to stay. And then breathing out, lowering your arms and your shoulders back down. Breathing in, peel back your shoulders. Breathing out, navel back to the spine as you lift. Breathing in to stay. Breathing out, lowering your shoulders back down. Again, breathing in, peel back your shoulders. Breathing out, draw the belly up as you lift. Breathing in to stay. Breathing out to lower your shoulders back down. Breathing in, shoulders rolling back. Breathing out to lift and hover. Breathing in, stay. And breathing out, lowering your shoulders. Now if we could draw the arms up and towards the top end of your mat and away. And again, we're going to keep the forehead attached to the ground. And as you raise one palm up from the floor, breathing out to lift. And breathing in to lower. And then swap it on over, breathing out to lift. And breathing in to lower. Good, keep going. So if you start to feel that there's a lot of work going on in the lower back, okay, the transmission is that it all the way along the back is trying to work for you. It's okay, the independent strength around the upper back is building up, all right, will be building up, but just take breaks if you need to. It starts to become a little intense. Now if you haven't got that, you can just feel it around the upper back. Then we can start to lift an alternating leg at the same time. So breathing out, lift up your opposite arm to leg, and then breathing in to lower. Breathing out, lifting opposite arm to leg, and breathing in to lower. Alright, so then we start to feel that we're only working that one side of your buttocks. You know, so again, you're directing your body into which bits of the body that you're looking to use. Now where we can go next, or again, depending on what you know of your body, you can start to try a double palm lift. Maybe do that without the legs to begin with. So as you lift both palms, breathing out to lift, and breathing in to lower. Now we want to be able to do that without the buttocks clenching, okay? Because if the buttocks are just clenching anyway, then we haven't actually been able to switch out the muscles that we do want to use. So what I would recommend is very much really thinking about the core and thinking about how we can raise the arms, but without switching the lower part of the body on. All right, so the next bit, we deliberately switch the glutes back on. Okay, so again, we're directing the glutes to work, we're directing the upper back to work, and we lift the arms and the legs at the same time, and breathing in to lower. Really pointing your toes, belly pulls up as you lift, and breathing in to lower. And try not to push your forehead against the floor just to get your arms higher, you know? All right, because if we do that, again, we're not really achieving anything, are we? All right, so really try and feel it's the core, the belly's coming away from the floor, the arms are going backwards at the height of your ears, we'd like at some point. All right, finish off your last bit, whichever bit you're on. Okay, now let's come on up onto your hands and knees. And we're going to draw up into your exaggerated cat stretch. So if we can take the fingers slightly off your mat, and then as we draw the body down towards the mat, elbows going back, heart coming down through, and then as we draw back on up, belly pulling up and looking up towards the navel. So as we come down, the elbows go back of your body, the chest is coming down through your arms, and then as we draw back up, belly pulls up, shoulders stretch on up. And again, coming down, elbows go back, chest opening, drawing up, and working into that back stretching, shoulder stretching. One more time, coming down, elbows going back, and then pulling on up, and lifting all the way through. around to a seated position, please. Now we're going to do a little bit of work for your triceps next. So I'm going to work two versions in here. First one will have our knees bent and feet on the floor. I'm going to have the hands facing in towards you. Okay, so rolling open the shoulder, nice long neck, and as we dip back, breathing in. As we push away from the ground, breathing out. And again, breathing in, dipping back, breathing out, engage the core. So one way of working the triceps. Another way could be that we straighten the legs, and then we breathe out and lift. So engaging with your core and lifting the hips up, pushing down through the toes, breathing in as you lower. And again, as you lift, hips drawing forwards, breathing out, breathing in. Keep going. Now remember, you can vary where you put your hands. Maybe sometimes, if you take your hands a little bit wider, maybe it makes it feel like you can do a few more. The surface area is a bit greater, okay? Maybe you're thinking of opening up the chest a bit more. Maybe that's an area, there's postural muscles. Maybe you want that part of your body to be stronger. In which case, you could be taking your thumbs together, all right? Which will make it feel a little bit different again. But like I say, it's just, we have all of these things that we can vary, all right? And it's just changing it up, all right? You can vary your hand position every time if you want to. Breathing in, just to, again, discover how it feels. All right, two more if you can, but you're stopping if you need to. And down. One more time. Give yourself a little bit of release onto the triceps. So you can either sit with your legs in front of you. Feel free to sit up on your heels if that's better for you. We can either support and encourage that tricep stretch, or you can reach back round and you can do that holding of the fingers behind the back if you want to. You know, it's whatever's feeling good for you. If you can lift your chin up a little bit, that would be great. I know it's not very easy, but we are still doing Pilates. Alright, swapping it over. So again, we can either support, okay, or we can reach back round and we can find. Let that down. Now I'm going to bring us around onto your side, and today I'd like to work into front kick, then I'm going to work into the clam, the oyster, okay, and then we'll do the side bend. Alright, so we've got a little bit of hip work, a little bit of glute work going on with this next section. So I'm going to start us off propped up, okay, so the head's propped up. If this is not comfortable for you, you can go and lay completely flat, alright? So it's slightly different than what we were working into last week. We will come back to that. Keep changing it up for you. So I've got the top leg coming up. I'm breathing in, so flex the foot coming forwards. And then breathing out. Now you're going as far back behind you as you can without your upper body moving. Breathing in, coming forwards, flex the foot. And then breathing out, point your toes, engaging your core as you go back. And again, breathing in, flexing the foot, come forwards, breathing out, lock the core on, so that when you take that leg back, you're nice and stable. Breathing in, flex foot, breathing out, point your toes, press on back. And again, breathing in, coming forwards, breathing out, point your toes, squeeze the backside on the way back. Again, breathing in, coming forwards, breathing out, squeeze. You've got that hamstring stretch as you come forwards. If you can today, you're flexing your foot for me to really bring in that stretch, and then pointing your toes as you go back. Good. Two more there if you can. Breathing in, breathing out, point your toes as you go back. One more, breathing in, breathing out, pointing your toes as you go back. Now let the knees come forwards so that the big toes are touching. Now as we start to peel the top knee upwards, breathing out, breathing in as you lower. Now we should get into glute medius here, the upper back region of your buttock, and we should also get into the inner thigh muscles. And breathing in as you lower. So breathing out, roll the knee back, breathing in as you lower. Engage the core and into lower. Like I say with this exercise, it's not always obvious that you should. Okay, so just try and bring in that little bit of usage of the core, breathing into lower. Because again, it's not going to stabilize your balance, all right? You're not really going anywhere, so except for what you're doing with the leg. But again, if you can, that would be great. So as you lift, breathing out, breathing into lower. And again, breathing out, roll the knee back, into lower, which should be feeling it in the hip a little bit now. And lower, last one. And relax. Now, taking hold of the foot, relax the leg as much as you can. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, let's draw the knee back a little. And relax. Okay, we're coming up into your side bend. Now, side bend today is going to have 3 levels. Okay, so again, it's very much up to you which level you take it to. First of all, I've got my knees drawn in, okay, elbow underneath your shoulder. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lifting and reaching, if you can, find the ground. Breathing in as you lower. All right, so again, breathing out, pull up through the waist underneath you, reach for the ground. Breathing in, that's your layer 1. Do a few of those. If you want to stop and take a break, of course, then please do. Layer 2. Okay, so I'm going to open up the knees, open up with your chest. As you connect through the legs, breathing out and reaching up past your ear, breathing in as you lower. All right, so lower, layer 2. We're reaching all of the way over. Now, layer 3, we're going to put a half twister in. Okay, so breathing out to lift, breathing in to come to side plank, breathing out to swoop under, breathing in, open back, breathing out, engage the core, slow yourself down as you come back down with control, breathing in, breathing out to reach, breathing in side plank, breathing out to swoop under. Breathing in, opening back. Breathing out, engaging the core as you come down carefully. Breathing in and out. Let's reach and stretch into the bend. Breathing in, breathing out to swoop under. Breathing in, open back. And breathing out, hand down to the floor. We have one more. Breathing in. Breathing out, side bend. Breathing in, side plank. Breathing out, twister under. Breathing in, open back. And breathing out, all of the way back down. Beautiful. Okay, swing it around. Let's go to the other side straight away today. So coming all the way down upon the floor, elbow lining up with your shoulder. Head supported. Bring your legs just slightly forwards of your body. It will make the balance a little bit easier. Top leg up to hip height. As you come forwards, breathing in. As you go back, breathing out, locking on the core as you take that leg back. Again, breathing in, coming forwards. Breathing out, navel back to the spine as you go back. And again, breathing in, flex. Breathing out, lock into the core as you go back. And you're really using your core here on balance. You're really keeping the core come forwards, hamstring stretching. As you go back, squeeze your backside a little. That's how far we want to take that leg back. Breathing in, breathing out, point the toes, squeeze as you push back. And again, in to come forwards, breathing out, squeeze the backside on the way back. You have one more, in and out. And then pop those knees forwards of your body. All right, big toes touching. As you breathe out, open back. Breathing in, lower. Breathing out, inner thigh and glute medius on this one. All right, so again, engage the core. Breathing in. Think about drawing the navel back to the spine as you lift the knee into lower. Again, breathing out, roll the knee back into lower. And again, breathing out, pressing away into lower. And again, breathing out to press back into lower. And again, breathing out, pressing away and into lower. And again, breathing out, press back and lower. Two more. Breathing out, pressing away and lower. One more. Okay, take hold of the foot, relax the leg as much as you can, take a deep breath in, as you breathe out, just gently take that knee back, good, just relaxing into that stretch. If you think you can go back a little bit more, then do. Into your side bend, elbow beneath your shoulder, knees drawn forwards, opening back with your shoulders and your chest. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, let's lift to the side of the knees and reach as far as you can, floor if you can, breathing in as you lower. And again, as you go up, breathing out and lift, keep your gaze forwards, breathing in. All right, layer 2 coming up. Remember, you don't have to do them all right? So with layer 2, again, as you lift up onto the hand and you're reaching over. Remember, guide here. If you're shadowing your face, your arm is coming too far forwards. All right, so it always just wants to come out of view. Here we come up with layer 3. So breathing out to lift. Breathing in, side plank. Breathing out to swoop under. Breathing in, opening it back. And breathing out, drawing it back down. Breathing in, breathing out, side bend. Breathing in, side plank. Breathing out, half twister. Breathing in, engage your core, slow yourself down as you come back down. Breathing in, out, side bend. Breathing in, side plank. Breathing out, half twister. Breathing in, engage the core, slowing it back down. Have one more. Breathing out and lift. Breathing in, reach. Breathing out, swoop under. Breathing in, open back. Breathing out, lower all of the way back down. Good job. All right, pop yourself around to seated. I'm just going to take a little stretch out for and relax your arms. So I'm taking my right foot towards the inside of the inner thigh. Okay. If there's anything going on with your knees and your legs are really not appreciating this today, have both of your legs straight. That will be okay. I'm going to reach across with my right arm towards my left leg, reaching either for the knee, the shin, the ankle, or the foot. And then releasing your body forwards. Rotation with your left arm towards the right side of your body. Palm facing open, sit which is always a good thing, and B, your body's going to follow that direction. And gently bring it back. Swap those legs over. Okay, so reaching across, left arm towards your right leg. Again, whatever you get hold of is a wrapping effect if you can. And then lowering your shoulder and your head down. Opposite direction, right hand towards the left knee. And again, as you start to turn, push back into both buttocks. But take your gaze around as far as you can. Round to the middle. Okay, I'm going to bring you down on your back, okay, the 100. Okay, I did have a conversation with somebody about the 100 today, and it went on the realms of, what's this for? Why are we doing this every week? Okay, so if I could just give you just a little nugget of, you know, maybe a temptation to believe in why it's good, okay? Think about, again, if we're going from a yoga point of view, okay, it's about the stillness, and it's about building up your stamina and creating an energy within the body, whereas each week, maybe, if you do it regularly, you can go a little bit further. But the thing is to always try and be your best teacher, yourself. So if you get a week where you're thinking, oh, my legs won't stay up, I have to keep moving my back, this isn't right, take a break, make it easier, bend your knees, you know, use something underneath your lower back, all right, maybe that helps. But it's trying to almost use it so that the only thing that you're thinking about is your breath and the engagement of your core. Where you've placed your body is just the perfect position for doing those two things. All right, because if at the moment you're putting yourself into something where, oh my neck, oh my legs, oh what am I doing? All right, then you've made it uncomfortable for your body. Does that make sense? I hope. Okay, so it should be comfortable for your body so that you can get to work on the main thing, which is building your core strength up. All right, and again, really focusing and harnessing the breath, you know, especially on something like this. All right, so come on down. And loosen out your lower back, so you've got yourself into a nice settled neutral. Again, like I say, today might be a day you're tired, you may want to keep your feet on the floor. That's okay. You can take your feet up. And again, like I say, possibly something goes underneath your lower back. That would be okay. Alright, we can bring up the head and shoulders, or we can put something behind our head. Alright, and maybe a cushion. Then from here, depending, you can straighten your legs, or you can pat the air by your side. Breathing in for about 4, and then breathing out for about 6. So maybe shut your eyes and visualize that kind of accordion feeling of the ribs widening and puffing wider with your in-breath. And then as you breathe out, the ribs are narrowing and your belly is scooping back. If your belly can't scoop back, you're pushing too hard. Alright, so think about where you are. And we're going 20, 21, 22, 3, 24, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And you want to just feel that your abdominals are just kind of almost just biting, but it's not overdoing it. 40, 43, 44, 5, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 3, 54, 55, 6, 57, 58, 59, 60. And be conscious that your shoulder blades are on the floor. And you've got the distance of a fist between your chin and your chest. 70, 73, 74, 5, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 3, 84, 85, 86, 7, 88, 89, 90. With 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bend your knees. Lower your head, neck and shoulders, and place your feet carefully back down. Now you can just take the right ankle and place it upon your left thigh, letting your knee drop open. Then from here, we can pick up and we can draw the leg in. Alright, remember you don't have to. You can hold on to your hamstring or hold on to your shin. Or if you do a lot of work like this, maybe you're scooping the leg off and you're holding it in towards you. Alright, that will be okay. Potentially you could put your foot into the crook of your elbow and then the other elbow around the outside. Alright, so lots of different things you can do here. Release that leg down and swap it on over. So if you can, picking both legs up, or you can always leave your foot back down and hold on to the hamstring or the shin, or we can scoot that leg off and draw it in towards us. And potentially you could be wrapping your arms around the outside of the foot and the knee. With your fingertips. I'm going to work into your shoulder bridge, and I've got it in a completely different place today, so I'm hoping that we can value a little bit more fluidity that we've gained in the back. So taking a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, imprinting your lower back, peeling your back off the floor and coming all of the way up onto your upper back. Breathing in, and then breathing out to lower your back down into an imprint and back to neutral. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, tilt the tailbone, draw the back away from the floor without clenching the buttocks. Breathing in, then breathing out to lower your back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Breathing in, breathing out to ripple all of the way up through the back, coming up onto your shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out. And if you want to carry on just with a few more of the ripplings, then you could do. Or breathing out and drawing up. And we're coming to alternating hip lift. So as we let one hip bone come higher than the other, breathing out. As you lower, breathing in. Engaging the core, breathing out, breathing in. All right, so it's not a big movement. If we can do this without clenching the buttocks, that would be amazing. So we want to really pull in. You're going to maybe feel internal obliques kicking in, okay, with this position. Because of where the oblique muscles and the transverse abdominis muscle insert into this hip area, you may feel it's quite deep, okay? And if you've got very strong internal obliques, which some people have due to the sports training that they do, then it could be quite intense. It could almost cramp. So if you don't like it, that's maybe why it's happening, all right? But if you don't like it, then stop. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. right, 2 more. And lower, 1 more. Take a breath in, and breathing out, lowering your back all of the way back down. All right, now I'm going to finish off today with single leg extension. So we have a cycling action with your legs, which should feel nice after having your legs static. So I'm going to leave my head, neck and shoulders on the floor here. But as I push away, I'm scooping 1 foot away from the body and then changing. Breathing out an extension. Now if we can, we're maintaining that neutral back and really pushing out through the toes and back on in. Breathing out and in. Now to make this harder, we can lift the head and shoulders again with the elbows nice and wide. So breathing out to press. And as soon as you lift the head and shoulders, you should feel the surface muscles beginning to kick in a bit harder. Okay, but remember you can keep it on the floor. All right, now for those of you who have a recovered neck and you know that your neck's going to be okay, being unsupported, we guide the legs with a feather hold. All right, so what we're not doing is holding onto the legs for dear life. All right, so as we press away, breathing out, breathing in. And the lower you go with that leg scoop, the harder that's going to be. So breathing out and back, breathing out and back. And again, push and back, scoop and back. Really stretch the leg out if you can. Press. All right, last couple coming up. And relax it back down. Okay, land the feet and let yourself come over to one side and then gently press yourself back on up. All right, we're going to finish off with just releasing a little into your back and your shoulders and we're all done. Okay, so let's go in and under, taking hold of your elbows and then gently pulling into the abdominals, pull lower and feel that stretch just above the waistband of your trousers. Holding on by your fingers, and then again just pulling back a little, lowering through, pull back through your belly. Try and find that this stretch is just below the neck now. Alright, and then change it on over, turn the hands the other way. And again, rounding the back a little, pull the belly in, head tucking down. Alright, gently draw yourself back up. And once more, coming around to seated. Feel free to sit upon your heels if you'd like to be a little bit higher. I'm going to take the hands back behind, clasp the fingers, roll the shoulders back and down, and then gently let your head draw forwards. And again, we're seeking out that stretch right up from the base of your skull to trapezius, the area just below the neck. Let's turn the gaze over towards one leg and look down inwards as if you're trying to look in towards your hip socket. And then head through to the middle and to the other side. Just let one ear over towards one shoulder. time. Wrap it round forwards. Breathing in. And breathing out. Let it down. Okay. And a very well done tonight, everybody. Okay, very strong. Please drink lots of water. Okay. Speciality class on Wednesday night is ball and balance. Alright, so if you haven't got a ball, don't worry. You don't really need one. Alright, if you've got one, lots of fun. Okay. But if you want another sort of variation on some of the strength work that we're doing, just a half an hour class later. Alright. Other than that, got yoga tomorrow. Okay.